much air I will need to breathe when your tide rushes over me. There's only one way to figure out. Will you let me drown? Yeah, will you let me drown? And hey now, this is my desire. Consume me like a fire, 'cause I just want something beautiful to touch me. I know that I'm married, 'cause I am down on my knees. I'm waiting for something beautiful. Oh, 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 something beautiful. And the water is rising quick, and for years I was scared of it. We can't be sure when it will subside, so I won't leave your side. No, I can't leave your side. Hey now, this is my desire. Consume me like a fire, 'cause I just want something beautiful to touch me. I know that I'm married, 'cause I am down on my knees. I'm waiting for something beautiful. Oh, 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 something beautiful. Oh, 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 something beautiful. In a daydream, I couldn't live like this. I wouldn't stop until I found something beautiful. But when I wake up, and all I want I have, you know it's still not what I need. Something beautiful.
There are two big ways I saw God on this trip, and one of them, the first one was on the second day we were there. The woman who we were working for, her name was Rosita, and she had this little garden in front of her house, and it was kind of dry, and her plants were like barely hanging in there. And the first thing she said to us that day was like, "Oh, I hope we get some rain today so my garden can survive." And she said she had been praying for rain all day, and then right as we were packing up and getting ready to leave for the day, the skies just opened up and it started pouring, and that was really cool to me to see that, like, you know, God will answer your prayers if you just, or God has the power to answer like any prayer that you have. And then the second way I saw God on this trip was my team wasn't quite done on the Thursday when we were supposed to be done with our project, and I had kind of gotten our team into like starting the floor at like 45 minutes before we were supposed to be done. But the glue for the floor had to sit for over an hour. So it kind of not made everyone, but a few of the other people on my crew volunteered to stay with me, and we finished up the floor, and when we told Rosita that her floor was done, she started jumping around, and it was one of the coolest experiences that I've ever had. Just like we made someone's day, and it was all because we stayed after for like an extra hour and a half just to put down the floor.
Okay, so one of my favorite parts was going to the Navajo church, because there it was so interesting how much they always thanked and praised God, like just right in the middle of the service. And you know, usually here or at my own church, we don't just go right out and say that. It's kind of implied in a way, but they're always thanking him and praising him. And the way that they talked about him was so cool. Like, he was just this guy who would always help them out no matter what. And they knew that they could always trust him no matter what he did to them. Whatever happened, he was there for them, and they always thanked him for that all the time. And I just thought that was the most amazing thing.
It's hot up here.
gonna sell my soul. I've already made up my mind. No matter what, I can't be bought or sold.
When my faith is getting weak and I feel like giving in, you breathe into me again.
So day 3, crew 2 had to tear down the wall and put up the 8-foot header. This 8-foot header had 160 nails put into it that we did the day before. With the right measurements, we thought it would be perfect, but it wasn't. It was too long. We tried everything. We tried hammering it in. We tried having all the guys go on one end to push it up, to push it in, but it didn't work. A good friend, George, from Texas, that we met down in Crown Point, had the great idea of making a leverage. With lots of time put into it, it worked. The prayers that we sent to God were answered. As time went on throughout the day, we tried harder and harder to push it in. With all the men and the hard work that we put into it, it did go in. The owner of the home was really proud of us. He gave us hugs and smiles at the end. He was glad that his roof would stand in New Mexico for as long as they lived there.
So on this trip, there were a few things that inspired me to change my ways, I guess you would say. I met this lady named Marie. She lives on the Navajo reservation, and she just kind of shared her life story with me. Her mom died from intestinal cancer, which kind of like gave her a shock. And then later on, she found out that she also has cancer. And she went through radiation and chemotherapy, and she survived. But when she was in the hospital, the people from Next Step, Nick mainly, sent her like get well cards and just like little stuff that helped her get through the chemo. And it just kind of showed me that everything counts, even the little things that you don't think would count, like really make a difference in someone's life. And just her sharing her story with me and like telling me about her life really helped me to want to change like the things that I do to make myself better, not only for me and other people around me, but for God. Another struggle for me was when we were on the roofs. It was so hot, and just like the heat and everything was getting to me. The people around me were just bugging me so bad. And Tyler Spears was there for me the whole time. He was just there to tell me, like, calm down, it's going to be okay, it's not the end of the world. And if Tyler wasn't there just like helping me get through it and just like letting me know that everything was going to be okay, I definitely would not have made it through those hard days on the roof.
Meeting Peter for the first time was truly amazing. Peter sat on the sofa in the main living area of his home with a radio on his lap. And see, Peter was a blind man, and he found the greatest joy just by having a radio on his lap and listening to the radio all day long, regardless of the physical limitation. One of our work crews built an addition onto Peter's home specifically to have a bedroom for Peter, so that the goal was to buy him a bed, so Peter would have a bed to sleep on for the first time in his life. Seeing Peter walk over to his bed and sit on the edge of his bed for the first time that he would sit and sleep out of bed was just truly amazing for all of us. My daughter Michaela asked Peter when we saw him the night after he had slept in the bed for the first time, "How did you sleep, Peter?" And Peter said, "It was dreamland." And it just warmed everyone's heart just hearing him say that. So this experience was truly amazing to see Peter have a bed to sleep on for the first time in his life, and very humbling for all of us.
Right now.